seems. He's not to be trusted. No way. Plot twist. He's been great. He's helped me. Did he tell you Lou LaPaglia used to be his partner? Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Did he tell you that he was the reason? Oh, LaPaglia was dismissed from the force. No, he didn't. He isn't your friend, Cassandra. You need to be careful. We'll be in touch. Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of Murder Mystery Machine. Let's dive right in. So, if you recall last episode, Cass and Nate solved the murder of LaPaglia's death, and it turned out to be Billy, the runaway, the missing person. If you recall, Cass received a ominous call from a captain, reference information on Nate here, that he's not to be trusted. So let's get going. It's LaPaglia's funeral today. I know. I thought you'd be there. Well, you thought wrong. You sure you don't want to go to the funeral? Uniforms are on the scene. I can take credit. I can take care of this. I'm sure. Can we go? All right. Let's get to their portal. Okay, so episode 3 is labeled The Fire of Thine Eyes. Scene 3, Act 1, Sleep Easy Car Park. That's where they're going to start the investigation. Your first Jane Doe. Alright, let's take a look around. I'm sure she's honored. Current objective: find the name of the victim, possible motives for the death, and the address of a lead. Alright, so we have a guy over here who may have some information. Wait a minute, I know for sure this is the drunkard from the bar, isn't it? Take a look at this guy. Alright, so let's address the main issue. Right. Our unknown victim, she has cuts on her right palm, blunt force trauma, powder residue. Okay, is that from like a weapon or something? And she has a missing wedding ring. Let's take a closer look. There are her keys, but they're not lighting up just yet. There's a bottle that's upright. Something broken there. Alright, let's see what Nate has to say, if anything. What are you thinking? Looks like some cuts on the right hand, possibly from fending off the attacker. Alright, we have new evidence. Let me think. We should talk to the motel manager and have a look around the crime scene. There's bound to be something here to go on. Possible attacker. Possible defense. Should be. You would think that would be together. She has a work uniform. Blunt force trauma. But what's the powder residue? What's that from? Maybe makeup. Okay, let's talk to this witness, possible witness. I'm Detective Clarke. This is Detective Houston. You called in, yes? I did. I heard a noise, a smashing of sorts, and when I came outside, she was lying there, dead. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Sure. But can you make this quick? You guys aren't exactly good for business. Wow. Okay. Does the victim have a room here? No, I haven't seen her before. You seem pretty sure about that. Evidence. That's because I am. I take the bookings, so unless she was visiting someone, she didn't have a room here. Were there any rooms rented by singles, specifically single men tonight? Lady, all I get are singles renting these rooms, and yes, most are men. This ain't somewhere you bring your wife. We charge by the hour. When you heard the noise and came outside, did you see anyone? Okay. No, just her. I need a list of guests currently renting rooms and any that checked in or out today. I can do that. And we'll need the details of your current employees. Sure. How would you describe the local area? I describe it as cheap rent, cheap rooms. Would you call it safe? You want safe, you go a bit further north. You know what I'm saying? That's enough questions for now. Thanks for your help. We'll be in touch. Alright, that was a lot of information. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing a ton of evidence. Let's check this out. A bloody handprint. And she had cuts on her palm. Let's see. Yep. Alright. That was fairly easy to deduce. Let's get some more evidence. Employee tag. Okay, so there's a photograph that looks like the victim. Something with bird in the hand, an employee tag, but the name is Sophia. So, it's the unknown victim's name, Sophia. Looks like the victim. We can't be too sure, so we don't want to guess yet. Broken barrier. Remember, we want to stretch our evidence to make it easier to read. We don't want anything jumbled or miss anything. She doesn't have a room there. It was a possible attack, possible defense, blunt force trauma. Was it a mugging? It's a bad neighborhood. No one else around. Doesn't recognize the victim. Alright, let's get some more information. I hope no one's in the trunk of this car. Hopefully they'll run the plates. Silver car plates, Sam Mary George 216. That's a lot of information, guys. Alright, anything in the car that would make it hers? Signs of distress. So, could that be how she hit her head? I think that's how it hit her head. For some reason, the game is not making a connection. Signs of distress. Okay. Or maybe it was saying silver car door. Was it blunt trauma? No. We have keys. Or the keys to a certain car. So this is so now we're seeing a Samantha Collins. So were the keys to the silver car or to the other car? Orange car. What's in the orange car? Were the keys to the orange car? Looks like we've gathered our evidence. Let's talk to this guy. You mind if I ask you a few questions? Sure, but can this be quick? You guys aren't exactly good for business. What do you know about the orange car? Only that it wasn't here when I arrived for my shift. So it's not owned by a guest, not one that checked in. If the car doesn't have a room, why would it be parked here? Don't be coy, it's a motel. Not all late night, not all late night rendezvous need walls. We found a name tag by the body. The name Sophia. Mean anything to you? No. The tag is for the bird in the hand. You wouldn't happen to know what this is, would you? You new here or something? Indulge me. It's a jazz bar in Midtown. You frequent it much? No, jazz ain't my thing, you know. Silver car, whose is that? No idea, but it was there when I started my shift. But not a guest. No one that checked in. Okay. That's enough questions for now. We'll be in touch. Don't leave now. Okay. We're good with that. I don't see any connections, not right now. Let's see what Nate has to say. What are you thinking? The bloody handprint on the barrier could be a match for our Jane Doe. Assuming it's her blood, it could suggest she was attacked somewhere. The dent on the car door, it could have been caused by our victim, either directly or indirectly. Maybe she stumbled or was thrown into it. Maybe she threw her attacker into it. Let me think. We should talk to the hotel manager and have a look around the crime scene. There's something here to go on. Okay, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot of information, guys. Okay. Find the name of the victim, possible motives for her death, and address for a lead. The lead is going to be the jazz bar. We know that the Y is a possible mugging. So it can be a couple of things a mugging, attacked, and defense. We're good with those. Who is she, though? Who is she? There's an employee tag. She's wearing a uniform, it says. Right? What kind of uniform is that? With red high heels. I think her name is Sophia, because she's the one who's deceased. Can we make any other deductions? And the orange car. Where's the orange car? Were the keys to the orange car? Okay, so there's only one deduction, so we're good. Wow, all of this information, and we only had to make one deduction, and we got that right. So we're going to the jazz bar. Why? It was a mugging. She was being attacked, and of course had to defend herself. Who? The deceased has to be Sophia. I don't think it's Samantha Collins, but we're gonna see. That was pretty straightforward, really interesting, a boatload of evidence, but it only called for one correct deduction to move on to the next part of the case. So we used no hints, no failed attempts. Items discovered, 6 of 6. Evidence discovered, 38 of 38. Correct deductions, 1 of 1. Correct substantiations, we didn't even have to take a stab at anything, but we knew what was what. Alright guys, that wraps up this episode, and I will see you again next time on Murder Mystery Machine.